Hey guys, my name is Anita, the kitchen organizer, and today I'm going to show you how I made this absolutely delicious Oha and Rivers native soup in one go. It's the best way to save time in the kitchen without spending the time for two soups in the kitchen. Now let's go. Of course, I boiled my meat for both soups at once, so I put everything in one pan. I was using goat meat, some beef, and some old layer chicken, seasoned with some pepper and some seasoning cubes, and of course some onions. I actually hear that some people do not boil their meat with onions when they are cooking their soup, so they depend only on Maggi to flavor their food. I will not say anything. Well, once my meat was boiled, I went on ahead to boil my palm nuts, aka banga. So they also have the tin version of this. So if you're in a place where you can't get some palm nuts, you can also buy the tin version. Once I had pounded it enough to get a lot of the shaft off the nuts itself, I went on ahead to rinse it with some hot water. I did this process 3 times, but be careful not to put too much water when rinsing. If not, you end up with a soup you have to boil for a long time, or a really watery soup, because you water down your concentrate. So after rinsing this 3 times, I got this paste. It was somewhere between thick and light, but it was exactly where I needed it to be. Now I went on ahead to sieve it again with the tightest sieve in my kitchen, just to make sure that I got out every single grain of dirt or sand, for lack of a better word. Now I went on ahead to boil it. I added some meat stock, I added my stockfish, bushmeat, my proteins, I added some crayfish powder, some Ofor powder, which also some people call crayfish. At this point, I covered it to boil, and after boiling for about 15 minutes, it was exactly where I needed it to be. I now adjusted seasoning because I was now certain my meat stock couldn't carry the taste of the soup. I added some salt, some seasoning cubes, and some seasoning powder just to get the soup to where I needed it to be. Now, once I was okay with the taste of the soup, I added my Ofor. Ofor is a thickening agent used to thicken soups. You can use cocoyam if you like, and for people that are not even in Nigeria, go ahead to use corn flour. But Ofor for local soups, since I'm in Nigeria. Now once I thickened it, I added my catfish and I left it to boil till the catfish was done. Remember, catfish doesn't need too long to cook. In another 10 minutes it was fine. Now this is where the magic happens. I split my soup into 2. Now I wanted my Rivers native soup to be seafood, so I put all my snails and my catfish on one side, and I left my chicken and my meat on the other side for the Oha soup. Now this pot right here is the Oha soup. Of course you know we make Oha soup with Ogiri. I have an Oha soup recipe down my page. So once I added my Ogiri, my soup was pretty much ready. I added my Oha leaves, stirred it in, and this soup was done. Saved time, delicious, and that was it. So now I moved over to my native soup, and I just did what needed to be done there as well. Now Rivers native soup is one of my favorite soups. Unfortunately in Lagos, I really still don't know where to buy some of the ingredients that I'll use. But here I added some fresh shrimps, I added some isam or Perewinkle as you like to call it. Typically I'll also add some ungolo, some sea snails, and see anything that you can find in the sea. Calamaris, prawns, knock yourself out. But when I was making this soup, I couldn't find a lot of the things that I wanted, like ngolo and sea snails. So I used some shrimps and I used some isam. I already had my catfish, left it to simmer for a bit, and then I added my Uziza leaf, and this soup was also ready. So this is how I made 2 soups with the time of 1, without stressing myself, without wasting my gas, and my freezer is stocked for another 2 weeks. So let me know if you'll be trying this in the comment section. Trust me, it saves you a lot of time. Bye! Till next time, my name is Anita and I'm the kitchen organizer.